This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. Today's date is April 8th, Monday. The Royals have swept the White Sox. It's too early to be stoked, but it's not too early to be excited. For just the second time in 4 years, the Royals are on the positive side of the season. But I want you to hold that beer and not drop it, because the Royals have a long season to go. It's basically what of the opening day for a football season would be, because of how long and the season is and how quickly a football season is. But I want to go over the strengths right now. Right now, the Royals have what I would think would be the potential of a better 2015 World Series pitching rotation. They have some veterans and some young starters. The offense has been good so far, but not nearly what they were in 2015, which was why I don't think they'll win the World Series. Maybe they'll get a playoff bid. That would be great. Their hot and cold offense, as expected, have been better than we expected maybe, but still a hot and cold offense. And I think they will pound out through the year. And the weak part of the team is the bullpen. Although they did not give up one run this weekend, that was on a team that you should have beaten, the Chicago White Sox. One thing I liked over the 4-game winning streak is the Royals kept bad teams losing, and the White Sox are definitely that, as they are 1-8 on the season. The Royals will play Houston. We'll go over that tomorrow. The Astros are off to a slow start, but winning last night over the Rangers. We're down 3-0 yesterday before hitting 2 home runs on 2-1 homers that gave them the lead at 4-3. And then they added a run on. That's it. That's for Royals baseball. Now we move on to the White Sox. The White Sox will play the Guardians, who are in first place. The Royals, as we said, we'll play the Astros. We'll go over the Astros division, the AL West, tomorrow. The White Sox will play the Guardians, who are in first place. The Royals division game tied for 10. Who is in first place? The Royals are in second. 4-10, Tanner Banks will go for the White Sox, and Tristan McKenzie will go for the Indians. Game time again, 4-10. The Cardinals lose yesterday as the Marlins win their first game of the season. Cardinals are 5-5 and will play the Phillies today. Miles Molaskis will go for the Cardinals, and Spencer Turnbull will go for the Phillies, who didn't give up an earned run in his last start. Cardinals game time, 6:45 from Busch. Cubs are off to a good start at 6-3. We'll play the Padres, who are 5-7. Game time is at 8:40. Javier Assad will go for the Cubs, and Yu Darvish will go for the Padres. Game time 8:40. Now moving on to women's basketball. Caitlin Clark and Iowa will fall too much talent for South Carolina as they go undefeated on the season. But the best player in women's basketball, Caitlin Clark brought a new meaning to women's basketball, and the highest watched game on television on a Friday night over NBA and NCAA men's games ever. In basketball history, including NBA and college men's on Friday, when they won over UConn, but fell short last night. Tonight, the men's basketball championship will go, as they try to win their second in a row. UConn does. They're 6th since 2000, and we would need to have a Sam Vaughn smacked to see where they're ranked in amongst the Blue Bloods, as Huskies are led by Dan Hurley. Purdue will try to win their first NCAA men's basketball championship in 5 decades. Matt Painter got over the jump to attending the Final Four in the national championship. Now we'll see if he can get over the jump of winning a national championship. Former SIU coach. I'll give a little shout out to my school. Zach Edey leads Purdue in the nation with 25 points and 12 rebounds a game. Mason Grills will be a player to watch out for. Braden Smith, he leads the Boilermakers in assists. Lane Johnson will be a player in the lineup for guard. Brandon J. Smith is a guard. And forward, Mason Grill for the Boilers. And guard Fletcher Loper also for the Boilers. UConn lineup: Tristan Newton, Cam Spencers, Stefan Castle, forward Alex Carabon, and Donovan Kling. UConn has a 6-man lineup, which means they usually play with 5, and then a guy comes in for 6, but could take up more minutes than the 5th player. He's just better off the bench, they think. The players to watch out for this game: Zach Edey, who leads the nation in points and rebounds, as we said. Donovan Killing, they will watch out for. They would probably brother. They are 7'2", 7'3", both of them. Also a player to watch out for on UConn, Tristan Newton. UConn has won 5 championships and try to go for a 6th tonight. And their 2nd overall in a row. Now we're going to start. Where did John Calipari go? Arkansas's coach Eric Musselman, who had a very good, successful season but missed out on the NCAA tournament, and it would leave his job to go to USC. He must have seen the writing on the board. Arkansas thinks they're better than they actually are. He did lead them to 2 Elite Eights and 2 Sweet 16s. Musselman leaves for USC, and USC becoming a bigger Big 12 job, you have to think the job at USC just got a little bit worse. And USC football always comes first no matter what situation they are in. Now a bit of a shocker in Fayetteville last night, as one of the best coaches of all time, John Calipari, who has struggled last year, is out at the University of Kentucky and comes to Arkansas. Reason being, he probably would have had a buyout if his contract wasn't so high. They may have fired him this year. Cats would have needed to make the Sweet 16. I think they would have fired John Calipari no matter what. So he takes a good job while he can get it at Arkansas. And that's where he went. John Calipari to Arkansas last night. We'll discuss that Arkansas job more tomorrow, and hopefully we won't have our Kentucky coach hired by tomorrow before we talk about it tomorrow morning. That's CM on Sports.